When many people work with teenagers, the first thing they think about is not letting them take drugs, not letting them get pregnant early, not letting them commit violent acts, and not letting them steal. We think of negative things in our minds. If you use this kind of thinking to do things, it will often lead to teenagers resisting and unwilling to cooperate. Because you think of them badly, you are always trying to prevent these bad things from happening, and your mental setting for these people is dark. We should see more that every young person is an opportunity. In today's society, more and more young people are beginning to feel that life is boring and they feel bored with everything. That is, many young people are stuck in a place and are unwilling to enter their social roles. Ask these young people what their common feelings are. There is one sentence that can summarize it. They said that they never felt that what they did was of important value and importance. This is the problem that this book aims to solve. The author said that the life goal I mentioned refers to the ultimate concern. It is the final answer to the question of why. Why are you doing this? Why is it related to you? Why is it important? Life goals are short-term goals and the real root behind the motivations that drive most daily behaviors. If you want to make your life vigorous, resilient, and energetic, you don't just need to find a material goal. We need to find a deeper and more ambitious goal to fundamentally solve our sense of drifting. A goal is a stable and generalizable intention to accomplish something that is meaningful to oneself and to the world outside oneself. Goals are closely related to a wonderful life. When a person is swimming in a swimming pool, how to swim forward without falling is balance. When you find a direction that you can keep working towards, your life is actually easier to balance. You hope that our lives will stay in the current state and nothing will change, right? No accidents should happen. Then you find that you are very tired and you can't go anywhere. The most important thing in this life is balance, which is to work dynamically in one direction. Therefore, direction and meaning are more important than any specific behavioral indicators, and only lofty goals are useful. Adler said that you must unify your goals with the goals of society, and this goal will be valuable and meaningful to your life. You have to find that kind of calling, and you can do a very ordinary job. But when doing this very ordinary job, you can feel that sense of mission, that sense of calling. You can bring some help and change to those specific people. This is called calling. You have found a truly lofty goal and meaning. A goal with a sense of calling must meet 3 conditions. The first is to have a real understanding of your own abilities. The second condition is that you need to know what problems your abilities will solve for the world. The third is to experience happiness from using your personal abilities in this way. You can draw 3 circles and then overlap them. The intersecting part in the middle is the job where you can find the greatest sense of mission. Then let's look at the classification of young people in terms of goals. What are the characteristics of a superficial dabbler? He has participated in goal-oriented actions, but he does not understand the meaning of transcending the present. The goal he wants to pursue comes from vanity and treatment. He may work hard for it, work for a while, and then let it go. Because the motivation brought by such vanity and treatment cannot last, this kind of person becomes a superficial dabbler. This is about 31%, and those with clear goals account for about 20% of young people. This is because he has found a goal, and he can work hard and focus, and he can see the meaning behind this goal. The author gave an example that is very touching. A boy named Ryan was 6 years old. After seeing a report online that many places in Africa lack clean drinking water, he started to participate in various activities. He first earned pocket money and then called on everyone to donate. He organized a long-term activity. By the time he was a teenager, he had donated hundreds of such wells. Such people are called 20% of goal-oriented people. Their characteristics are optimism and a certain degree of idealism. So how can we reach the right goal? There are several steps to the road to the goal. The first is to have inspiring communication with people outside the immediate family. The second is to observe how people with a sense of purpose work. The third, something important in the world that can be corrected or improved, just like Ryan saw such a report in the newspaper. The fourth, I can make some contribution to this and make a difference. The fifth is to identify with the goal and start trying to accomplish something. Sixth, get the support of family. Seventh, Further increase the efforts to pursue the goal in an original and influential way. 8th, master the various skills required to pursue the goal. 9th, improve execution. 10th, become optimistic and confident. 11th, long-term commitment to the goal. 12th, apply the skills acquired and character strengths developed in the pursuit of the goal to other areas of life. This is generally the process after a person finds a new social goal. Earlier we learned what a good sense of purpose is, so next we will see how a family can cultivate a child with a sense of purpose. Everything we do for young people is important. Whether you can treat your child with integrity, and whether you are cultivating the child's growth with sincerity, the child can fully perceive it. So everything we do for young people is important. Many parents lack confidence in their children's education because they want to see results too quickly. We always hope that our children will change as soon as we say something. This shows that we are influential, right? No, it is very likely that you will not be able to see the influence of your parents on you within 5 years, but you will see it after 20 years. Who has the greatest influence on your character now? Your elementary school teacher or your parents? The influence of parents on their children is deep, continuous, and lifelong, but many of us parents cannot see this. We think it is useless to say it no matter how many times, so we just don't care. We quickly give up the requirements for our own morality. We have turned to using the kind of quick success-oriented methods to restrain our children. Because we don't know the depth of your influence, whether it will last for 10 or 20 years. So what should we do at the behavioral level? The first step is to listen carefully and find sparks. When a child tells you something he cares about, we should ask more questions, listen more, and understand more about what he thinks. Then ask him if he needs help, what else he wants to know, and what conditions we can create for him. Don't make too many judgments. The second one is very important, which is to use life to start a dialogue to stimulate children's interest. The third one is to have an open mind. If your child tells you that he wants to be a vegetarian, can you support him? I believe many parents will hesitate. The author said that as long as the child is not antisocial, you can basically tolerate the child's exploration. For example, the child who wants to be a vegetarian, his parents said, "You want to be a vegetarian? Okay, let's do this. Let's study how to be a vegetarian and still stay healthy." This girl began to study how to stay healthy by being a vegetarian and ensure her protein intake. This girl has been a vegetarian for a long time and is promoting vegetarian culture. So when we have a certain open mind and tolerance, it is easier for children to find fun and meaning. The next step is called sharing your own meaning. Do you talk to your children about the meaning of your work at home? We have seen many parents talk about work gossip, struggles at work, and income at work when they get home. I like to talk to my children about meaning, for example, to let them see that the goal of work is meaning, not money. The next step is to introduce the children to mentors in life and let adults talk to the children. At this time, they will find mentors in various aspects of life. You can go back and try the above steps. Gradually, you will find that this is what life calls cultivating children with a sense of purpose. That is, your family is living a positive and healthy life, and it is meaningful, happy, with topics and discussions, and you can learn a lot. When solving the problem of teenagers' sense of purpose, our approach is to find bright spots. When many people work with teenagers, the first thing they think about is not to let them take drugs, not to let them get pregnant early, not to let them commit violent acts, and not to let them steal. All we think about are negative things. If you use this kind of thinking to do things, it will often cause teenagers to resist him and be unwilling to cooperate. Because you think of him badly, you are always trying to prevent these bad things from happening, and you have a dark setting for these people in your mind. We should see more that every young person is an opportunity, and all young people will make their own choices. No one can replace them again, but what we can do most is to enable them to make good choices that will bring happiness to their lives. We can give them the possibility to ignite their imagination, the guidance to encourage them to pursue their highest ideals, the support to help them achieve their lofty ambitions, and the culture to create an atmosphere that inspires them rather than demoralizes them. With such care, no young person will not feel inspired. The path to purpose is open to everyone, and by helping all young people find their purpose, our entire society will have a future full of hope.